Good morning, students. Today, in this session, we will discuss some of the examples of hydroxy group protection in retrosynthesis. And by this, we will be able to learn that why the protection of OH or any particular functional group is needed during the synthesis process and how it can be done. In previous sections so far, we have discussed about the various techniques for protection of hydroxy group. Whenever there is a chemoselectivity issue between the multiple functional groups, then we need to protect any one of the functional group which is responsible to create the side reaction during the synthesis or retrosynthesis. In this session, we'll discuss the retrosynthesis of these three examples. Number one, molecule number one, number two, and number three. Let's do it one by one. In example one, this is a target molecule for us to synthesize. We have to first propose a retrosynthesis of for this molecule. According to the guideline of retrosynthesis or disconnection, we can have uh, we can break this CC bond or this CC bond. Therefore, we have two opportunities for disconnection. This disconnection is referred as A, and after disconnection of this bond, we'll have these two synthons, and for these two synthons, we'll have these two synthetic equivalents, this one and this one. Similarly, for path B, we'll have these two synthons. This carbon will have positive charge, this carbon will have negative charge. So after getting these synthons, we'll convert these synthons into corresponding synthetic equivalent as per the guideline. Now we have two group of reagents. One group is containing this RMGX, or we can further get a synthetic equivalent for this, that is corresponding alkyl halide and this uh, hydroxy ketone. Similarly, second one is this ketone and formaldehyde. For route 1 or path A, if you would like to react these two, or if you like to propose a synthesis for uh, the target molecule using synthetic equivalent or reagents uh, we obtained after disconnection via path A, then we can choose uh, the synthesis via following the condensation route, means it's enolate and that will condense with this one. However, in this process or this path, possibility of side reaction is also possible, because we know that whenever we have two different carbonyl groups and one have alpha hydrogen, then enolate of this reagent we may interact with the same molecule to give us the dimer of the corresponding condensation product. Therefore, this path is less favorable. However, in path B, if we have this Grignard reagent and we would like to react this Grignard reagent with the other synthetic equivalent, so this Grignard reagent, we know that the Grignard reagent have uh, affinity towards alcoholic proton as well as the electrophilic carbon of carbonyl. Therefore, this Grignard reagent may react on both the functional group. Thus, we will face a chemoselectivity issue in this example. Therefore, if if we want to react this Grignard reagent with any one functional group, then the other functional group in this reagent must be masked or must be blocked. We know that the target molecule can be achieved when this Grignard reagent will interact with this carbonyl group. Therefore, for this reaction, we have to mask or we have to protect this OH group. Thus, the protection of OH group is needed. Therefore, during the protection of any functional group, we have learned that the protection should be uh, the first step before starting or before uh, going for the further synthesis. This hydroxyketone will be first protected by this THP, and after this reaction that we have learned in previous section, how this THP protected OH group, what is the mechanism that we have discussed earlier. So by the same mechanism, we can protect this hydroxy group. Now, this reagent, the product of this protection, will not interact or may not react with Grignard reagent. And if we react this molecule, protected molecule with Grignard reagent, we'll get uh, the approach of Grignard reagent at carbonyl carbon. This carbonyl carbon, this negative part will interact over here. MgX will go on this carbon, this oxygen by this way, and finally we'll get this product. After hydrolysis, we'll achieve the target molecule. Coming to the next example, this is a target molecule for our synthesis. First, we'll disconnect, and we know that disconnection is always favored at the at next to the triple bond. This is one of the guideline of disconnection. And triple bond being a triple bonded carbon being more electronegative, that's why it will get negative charge, and nearby carbon will get positive charge. These two are synthone for this retrosynthesis. And after this, we can write the corresponding synthetic equivalent for these synthones. Now, if we would like to react these two reagents together, then the alkyl lithium has equal opportunities to react either with this alkyl halide part or with this alcohol part. Therefore, we can have the formation of two products. One is this way, another is this way. Thus, we can see here also a chemoselectivity issue comes into the picture in this example. Thus, we need to protect the undesired functional group first. Therefore, in this example, OH group is an undesired functional group. Therefore, we will protect this by using TBDMS chloride, tetrabutyl dimethylsilyl chloride, as a protecting group. This technique for protection of using this TBDMSCl we have already learned. And after protection of this, we'll react this molecule with the second reagent to achieve the reaction at target end. And after uh, getting this product, we'll deprotect by using any fluoride containing reagent, because silylating agents are highly sensitive towards fluorinating agents or fluoride containing reagent, and we'll achieve the target molecule. In next example, this is our target molecule. This molecule we have to synthesize. Let's do its disconnection. We will follow the guideline. Since this is a ketone, therefore we have to convert these ketone and aldehyde group by using FGI. So 2 FGI we will use for this disconnection, first for this functional group, second for this functional group, or you can write simply two arrows like this, and directly you can write this molecule. After getting this dihydroxy derivative or dihydroxy group using this FGI functional group interconversion technique, we'll do the disconnection. Disconnection may follow either path A or path B. Path A will have these two synthones. We know that this benzene ring always bears electronegative charge. That's why the corresponding synthetic equivalent will be uh, phenyl magnesium bromide. Since we cannot have the phenyl magnesium bromide directly, so we have to prepare this phenyl magnesium bromide by using uh, the uh, halobenzene, any like bromobenzene or chlorobenzene, and this other synthetic equivalent for this other synthone will be this one. By choosing path B, we'll have two synthones like these in blue colored we have shown. Synthetic equivalent of this compound will be again a Grignard reagent, and for this compound will be benzaldehyde. This Grignard reagent further we can achieve by using uh, corresponding alkyl halide with magnesium. However, in that case, there will be a chemoselectivity issue during the formation of this Grignard reagent because magnesium have uh, again reactivity with both the alkyl halide as well as this OH group. The proton of OH will interfere. That's why the chemoselectivity issue will come into the picture indirectly in the formation of Grignard reagent. If you follow the path A for synthesis, which we have discussed in last slide, which was the favorable disconnection route for this example. First, we'll convert this benzyl halide or benzyl bromide into corresponding Grignard reagent. Then this Grignard reagent has again equal opportunity to react with this alcoholic group as well as ketonic group. Therefore, we need to protect the undesired functional group, that is hydroxy. We need to protect this. So we'll use TMSCl, trimethyl chloride. Thus, after protecting by using trimethyl chloride, when we react this protected molecule with phenyl magnesium bromide, this phenyl magnesium bromide then will interact at the desired functional group to lead this product, which can be deprotected. We know that silylating protecting agent can be easily deprotected by using fluoride reagents. So that will easily give us the corresponding dihydroxy compound. When we use the NBS, which will selectively oxidize the primary alcohol, therefore, thus we can achieve the target molecule. So by this, we'll end session 4. In this session, we have learned about some of the examples that we can, how we can use protection or why we need protection of hydroxy group in synthesis of different molecules. We'll continue the protection in the subsequent sessions. Till then, whatever books you have, keep on studying and uh, keep on practicing.